Hello, and welcome to Hardship Helper. I'm Matilda Sterling, but please, call me Tilly. As the media content director here, my goal is simple: to help you find clarity when things feel completely overwhelming. We know that falling behind on your mortgage or credit cards is terrifying, and dealing with banks can often feel like hitting a brick wall. But you have rights, and you have options. Today, we're going to walk you through exactly how to navigate this process, decode the jargon, and take back control of your financial situation step by step. Let's get started. Right now, thousands of Aussie homeowners are sitting at their kitchen tables, staring at an impossible pile of bills. They are experiencing real angst and survival level worry. Cost of living pressures are crushing household budgets. Relentless home loan interest rate rises have turned ordinary mortgages into financial ticking time bombs. If you're typing "help, I can't pay my mortgage in Australia" into a search bar at 2 a.m, listen to me very closely. You are not alone, and this is not your failure. The banks rely on your fear and your shame to keep you quiet. When you are drowning in debt, cognitive overload makes it almost impossible to know what your next step should be. But from today, we are breaking down that brick wall. In this video, I am introducing an ultimate resource that levels the playing field completely. It is called the Hardship Helper. This is not generic online advice. This is an interactive web app designed by a 25-year banking industry veteran. It auto-calculates your numbers and gets you completely bank-ready in under 15 minutes. By the end of this 10-minute video, you will know the exact industry secrets required to apply for mortgage hardship. You will know how to trigger an immediate legal freeze on bank collection activities. And you will know how to force your lender to take you seriously. Drop the shame, grab a coffee, and let us get started. Welcome to Chapter 1, the reality check. If you cannot pay your mortgage, simply calling your bank to tell them you are broke will get your application rejected. Banks do not operate on emotion. They operate on mathematical proof. To secure relief, you must submit a statement of financial position. We call this an SOFP. Why does the bank demand it? Because under responsible lending guidelines, they have a strict obligation to verify your true financial position. They must ensure they do not make your current situation worse. Inside the Hardship Helper web app, we call this the reality checker. A compliant SOFP captures 4 critical pillars: what you earn, what you spend, what you own, and what you owe. Here is where 90% of Aussies fail. You must clearly separate your essential living costs from your non-essential discretionary spending. Essential means housing, utilities, basic food, transport, and medical needs. Non-essential means entertainment, gym memberships, and streaming subscriptions. Bank assessors look ruthlessly at how you divide these lines. The Reality Checker app does this math automatically. It shows the bank your exact net position. That is your total income minus your total essential expenses. This number proves your precise shortfall or surplus. Without a clear professional SOFP, your request is dead on arrival. You must take control of the narrative before the bank takes control of your home. Moving to Chapter 2, Speaking Bank Jargon. Banks use highly specific internal terminology to evaluate your files. If you do not understand these words, you will easily fall into traps. You might agree to unaffordable terms, or you might fear enforcement actions that are not legally happening. Translating this jargon gives you the power. The most critical test an assessor performs is classifying your debt as either recoverable or non-recoverable. Recoverable means the bank believes you have a genuine path to get your loan back on track within a temporary window. Non-recoverable means the bank thinks you will never catch up. If they label you non-recoverable, the conversation immediately shifts to asset realisation, voluntary self-sale, or foreclosure. To shift the power balance, you must use regulatory power words. When you call, state that you are submitting a formal hardship notice. Say you are seeking a contract variation under the National Credit Code. This instantly alerts their compliance department that you know your rights. It moves your file out of standard collections and into a high-priority queue. You must also deploy the 4-week document rule. An assessor will reject a claim supported by old information. Your evidence, whether it is an SU001 separation certificate, a termination letter, or a medical certificate, must be dated within the last 4 weeks. And let us dispel the biggest myth stopping Aussies from getting help. Does hardship affect my credit report in Australia? Listen to me. Yes, a temporary financial hardship arrangement is flagged on your file, but it is treated as an agreed form of financial assistance. It is completely non-scorable by credit scoring algorithms. However, ignoring the debt, dodging calls, and letting your account default month after month will absolutely ruin your credit score for 5 years. Proactive negotiation is scored entirely differently from avoidance. Welcome to Chapter 3, Triggers and Timelines. Lenders do not grant mortgage relief simply because groceries are expensive. They require a sudden, verifiable life event known as a hardship trigger. The most commonly approved triggers are job loss, sudden illness, a relationship breakdown, domestic violence, or natural disasters. Your application must explicitly link your financial shortfall to one of these verified events. But documents alone are not enough. The bank wants to see your plan. Remember, the bank lent you money in good faith. They expect to be repaid with interest. Hardship assistance is strictly designed to be temporary, short-term relief. Banks are highly likely to approve your variation if you demonstrate a clear path to return to normal repayments within a 3 to 6 month window. Long-term hardship is rarely beneficial anyway. Interest continues to accrue, which eats away at your home equity. When you bundle a clear trigger, fresh documents, and a tight 3 to 6 month recovery plan, you hand the bank an undeniable package. But be aware of who you are dealing with. The Big Four banks have fully automated, fast-acting hardship teams. They process requests in 2 to 10 days. Smaller, non-bank lenders have under-resourced teams. They can take many more days and often rely on rigid rules. Be patient, be prepared, and stay on the front foot. Let us jump into Chapter 4. The action plan. What are your missed mortgage payment next steps if the bank formally denies you? Receiving a denial letter is terrifying, but to an industry insider, a bank saying no is simply the beginning of a formal negotiation. First, know your legal protections. By law, a lender generally cannot commence repossession or legal enforcement action while they are actively assessing your hardship request. If they deny you, they must provide you with reasons in writing. You can always escalate the matter to their internal dispute resolution team for a fresh set of eyes to review everything. If they still refuse to cooperate, you deploy your ultimate consumer right. You lodge a free binding complaint with AFCA, the Australian Financial Complaints Authority. Lodging an AFCA dispute legally forces the bank to halt asset realisation while the case is reviewed. Here is the insider secret. AFCA completely overturns 40 to 50% of poor bank hardship denials. Uploading your Hardship Helper SOFP and recent evidence to AFCA gives you a massive statistical chance of forcing the bank back to the negotiating table. Never accept a bank's initial refusal. If you are suffering from cognitive overload, you do not have to fight in isolation. Your primary free safety net is the National Debt Helpline on 1-800-007-007. They provide free, confidential financial counselors who can even call your lender and negotiate on your behalf. For First Nations communities, Mob Strong Debt Help is available at 1-800-808-488. Stop risking your family home on generic social media advice or expensive lawyer fees. Get the automated math, the insider terminology, and the exact strategy you need right now. Head directly to www.hardshiphelper.com.au to instantly unlock the complete toolkit. You will get instant access to the interactive Hardship Helper web app. It runs entirely on your device's local storage, meaning your sensitive numbers never leave your device. You pay once and have unlimited app lifetime use. No ongoing monthly subscription fees. You will also get the Insider Knowledge eBook. It features step-by-step checklists and word-for-word phone scripts to reject unaffordable payment demands. Every single day you delay, your arrears grow and your options shrink. Don't let the algorithms dictate your future. Take back control in 15 minutes. If you found this video informative, hit that like button. Subscribe to see more upcoming tutorials. Share this video with anyone who is struggling. And visit www.hardshiphelper.com.au right now. The clock is ticking, and your bank is not waiting.